Okay, that turned on, that turned on. Perfect. Okay. Alright. Hello everyone, welcome in. Sorry I'm a little late. Happy Monday. Good afternoon. I was a little late getting up today and then getting stuff going, but got stuff fired up, so we should be running good. Hopefully. I also ended up getting a new phone in by way of, well, my dad bought himself a new phone, and he's like, "Well, here, do you want the old one since it's like 3 generations better than yours?" I was like, "Sure, I'm not gonna complain." So I had to transfer all that over and get that going, but I'll get into that here in a second. First, let's jump us on in here. There we go. Okay, we actually in. Okay, running the OBS and everything. We should be good. Okay, making sure. All right. But yeah, no, like I was saying, I basically switched out my Galaxy S20 for an S23, so a little bit of a jump there. Explain about these. Yeah, sorry about that. I've been meaning to get there, meaning to do that. My bad. Sorry, dude. Yeah, no, I've been transferring stuff over and getting everything else all sorted out, and yeah, like I still got my old one that I'm using for essentially a stream deck now, and because it still has the field profiles and stuff that I haven't quite moved over yet, so yeah, there's still a couple of things. But I think, oh, I think my Snapchat's good to go. Oh, that, yep. Make sure so. uh, yeah, no, I'm still alive. I'm still here. I was actually gonna freaking get a hold of you and see when you wanted to get some stuff done, because I know we got pretty much the week to do it. Because, yeah, I was sitting here and I was like, I should probably start looking some stuff up and, you know, figuring out a process here. Because, like I was saying, I know there's going to be a few things we're going to have to do, especially if we pull it as a long block. Like, thinking Tuesday. And Tuesday should work. Hopefully. Oh, yeah, because you're still freaking. You still work till 5:30, so. Yeah, it should be okay. I freaking. I finally posted the one, like, surround sound dub I had that my grandpa gave me. And we have to just. Well, it just made this a bit more of a pain. We have to dismount the trans. I mean, like, it is doable, yes, but that just made it that much more of a pain. Not to mention that means we have to also wiggle that thing out to break free from the transmission before we can actually get it out of the truck. Um, well, I know if I have to bring out extra stuff, I can. I have definitely found some extra things when I went through and was cleaning the the addition and such. Went threw a whole bunch of stuff in the toolbox, kind of reorganized the toolbox. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still a freaking disaster zone in my freaking toolbox, but there's at least method to the madness now, I guess you could say. um, I basically went through and I took like the top 3 drawers and I split those up for sockets, socket wrenches, but I did it by size. So, like, drive size. So, like, the top drawer is the little 1/4 inch drives, whether it be sockets, uh, socket pieces with bits on them, socket wrenches. The middle one or the one down I went 3/8, and then the one below that I went 1/2 inch. So, no matter what it is, basically, it's just like, okay, it's this drive size that goes this drawer. So the drawers look horrible, but okay, then electrical bolts, ones, bolt torque convert, place, everything's ready, pull it. Okay, yeah, okay. I figured that's how we were gonna actually pull it, was we were pretty much gonna get everything unplugged and ready, and then he was gonna come out and we were just gonna yank it. But no one gotta do. Well, I mean, unbolting the torque converter shouldn't be too bad. As long as we can get one of the pry bars in and like hold it there, we should be okay. Right? So it shouldn't be too bad. Like I said, I think the most pain in the butt's gonna be the wiring harness, getting all those done and finding all the extra little clips that are hidden, and then the bell housing. Because the torque converter, if I remember right, usually with those you can just spin it and then it'll just uncover the bolt. So it'd be kind of like how we did the CV axles with, turning the tire kind of thing. If I remember right. I might be off on that. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I'm just trying to go off of some memory here. um, yeah, no, I think that's how it is. I don't know. We'll have to take a look. I know I'm probably gonna do some looking at some videos, see if people have any tips and tricks and stuff and how to do this. Because, yeah, if we're separating them, it means we don't have to worry about the transmission mount, which is kind of nice. And we don't have to worry about the drive shaft and unbolting that. So we can leave all that in place. Um, Yeah, no. I think for the most part, getting everything unbolted and, ready to pull shouldn't be too bad. But I think before we get too far into worrying about actually getting the motor and stuff pulled, we should probably worry about getting the front end and that bumper taken off too. Because that's going to make everything a lot easier. Because, yeah, once we pull grill, the rad, the bumper, the lights, the fog lights won't be bad. The nice thing is we can just unhook them and leave them in the bumper. Yeah, no, I mean, that stuff shouldn't be too bad. And then, yeah, once we get out, that gives us lots of room to do some other stuff. Because I know one thing, I would definitely like to I'd like to figure out why there's an exhaust clamp on the steering. Like, I still don't know why, it still gets me every time. I would like to figure it out. And I'm not too concerned. And while we're doing all that, it gives me time to track down a shock mount. Because I got one. It's in the toolbox on the Ford. I don't know where the other one is. And even after cleaning out the front edition, I still can't find it. And I'm like, where in the crap did it go? Like, I'm not sure. Like, I still have to check the bottom of the toolbox, but I haven't freaking seen it. I'm thinking it might be out front. Kind of frozen in with the jack stands and stuff, but I'm not sure. I can't really get in there. There's still a little bit of ice. So, hopefully that'll melt out a bit more and I can find the other mount. Yeah, it's kind of hard to go out and get those frickin' welded on if I don't have the second one. And like, even if we don't get the actual frickin' shocks mounted in, I'm not horribly worried about it. Right, like even if we just get the mounts put in and that's it, at least I know they're lined up where they should be. And then once I can grab some like bolts for the bottom and then like a washer and nut for the top, then I can just throw them in, right? Provided they'll cooperate with me. Hopefully. But that'll be a problem for later. Okay. I guess before we get too far, I should probably get some stuff fired up here. Get our freaking. Well, I can't say much. I pretty much have it fired up, but. Right, shock mounts, and then yeah. Did you ever say anything about the exhaust, or was it just the shock mounts? Oh, it's shocks and exhaust. Okay. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Because, yeah, if I'm gonna have to end up bringing the stacks out, I'm gonna have to try and get them to either, I think they would fit in the toolbox. If I took the 90s off, I think they would fit. Um, or they'd have to go in the cab or something. Like, I could just leave them on the frame, but I don't know how well it would work. And last time I went down the pipe yard road, it was freaking horrible. Like, and that was horrible in the newer freaking truck, and I would just hate to take the Ford down that, like, so I'm hoping it gets a little bit better before we get the freaking Ford out there. Because, yeah, otherwise they're gonna end up freaking covered in a bunch of crap, probably dented to crap from bouncing. Like, I went down and those frickin' some of the frickin' potholes and stuff were just, oh my god. Like, literally frickin' swallowed, like, half the frickin' truck tire, I swear, like, they were getting bad out there. Which kinda really sucks, because if I wanted to go out that way, I would have to frickin', well, I mean, I guess if I really had to, I probably could go up 833 and then cut over on like the first range road, like, or township road. From other side, top. Yeah, you're back. All good, man. No worries. Alright. It's all good. Gives me a chance to get this going here. Or at least pulled up. Alright. Well, I guess I probably should switch our category. That would make sense. Let's remember to actually get some stuff done here. Manager. Okay, info category. 22. Okay. Okay. Alright, so that should be good. Okay, make that closed out for now. Okay. Jump us on in here. It kind of takes me back a little bit. Almost reminds me of the old frickin' like YouTube intros kind of thing. But yeah, anyway, like everyone could see from title and everything, I did want to actually jump on, do some farming, because I know from the last time we were on, we do have the one field over by all of our plants and everything that does still need to be gone over and actually prepared and stuff for a new crop. So we're just gonna jump in a tractor here. My pedals and everything should work. Yeah. Oh, I'm probably gonna have to go and I didn't even think of the frickin' dead zone. Oh no. Okay. So I know, because I already took a quick look at it. There's no fertilizer or anything on it. As far as I know, it's literally just been harvested. So it should just be a matter of essentially just restart it like a normal playing field. I hope. Well, it's pretty much what we're gonna do. And then that should actually make it a bit easier to trying to remember what button is right here. Oh, there we go. There we go. Alright, so head out here. over. I remember a bit of what we did in the last stream that we were actually farming. I don't quite remember everything we did. But pretty sure I did actually get it finished. Yeah, okay. Back, kinda? No, no worries, but it's all good. All good. So I know you guys probably do actually have some moments you are busy, so no worries. Okay. Dun. Yeah, having this dead zone here kinda screws with you. Trying to do little turn, but I gotta turn the wheel halfway just to get it to register. I didn't even think of it, or I would have jumped in the sand really quick beforehand and actually frickin' fix that. Okay, there's no train coming. Good, good. Make sure, because, well, last thing we want is to get smacked with it by a frickin' train. Okay. Motor pulled in 3 hours? Well, I mean, it's doable. It's easily doable. And not to mention, if we could do it in 3 hours and have it just be like one night and it's ready to go, that would be pretty freaking nice. It'd be nice and easy. And then, yeah, once we have it out and we can lay stuff out, we literally could have it ready. So when we get it back, it's just put it back in spot, drop it back in, put the engine mounts back in, and hook everything back up, and away we go. There's definitely one nice thing about them. Round. course you gotta do that instead of starting I would say I'd be up for it, but yeah, no, if you got a course that's a little more important, if it has to wait till tomorrow, it has to wait till tomorrow. Or even freaking Wednesday if it really has to. Right? Like, don't bother me at all. Like I said, I did finally get the surround sound system sub posted, so I can get that out here, get some more space and a little bit of money to throw fuel in the Ford. It's like Tuesday or Wednesday or something. I was like, okay, works for me. Don't bother me at all. And I'm pretty much at the point of, well, I mean, hey, if it's during the day, but like before 5:30, works for me, right? Because then I can just get that dealt with, and then not have to worry about it, and we can just head out and get everything pulled. Okay. Oh my. Okay, and we're good. I was gonna say, I hope I got a good enough gap on it. That looks like we did. Looks like we're fine. Just did. Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, I definitely have to go in and fix that freaking dead zone. Because, like, holy crap. Try and do little adjustment. Not quite little adjustment. Sneak past the tree. Or not. That's okay. Okay, so, okay, there we go. So I am missing the tree. Good, good. And that started. I know this one's gonna be a little tight, but that is okay. And, okay, what point do we actually start turning here? Oh, there we go. Now we're getting a turn. And, oh, of course. Alright. And, okay, perfect. Well, that kind of worked out. I don't know if dude's ears were buzzing or what, but he literally just sent me a message and he's like, hey, how does this day sound? And it's like, okay, sure, works for me. Let's get turned around here really quick. Oh. Okay, so let me answer this. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. definitely nice thing to have the old phone still just hooked up to freaking Wi-Fi and everything. Okay. We're gonna do this one a little weird. We're gonna come up and do the edge first. I know we're gonna get most of it in the past, but this is basically making sure I actually get the edge. Okay. And then, yeah, we're gonna have to go touch up the other edges, but that's not that big of a deal. And, okay. Sweet, I actually got all the way up. And, oh, one, two. And, oh, sorry guys, I just gotta answer this real quick. Here. Okay. That should be hopefully playing a little bit. Sorry, everyone. One disadvantage when you're selling crap on Facebook Marketplace and such, and the person's like, hey, how's this day sound? Sounds good. What time are you thinking? Well, I don't know. I'll be here about this time. I'll be here for probably this amount of time. It's like, okay, how can I word this? Are you good to meet around this time? Wait for an answer. So I guess while we wait for an answer here, let's get backed up and wind up a little bit here. And then we can finish off the last row. I guess before we have to touch up the edges, but like I said, that's not that big of a deal. Okay. Make sure we actually get it. Good, good. Okay. Well, this kind of works out. We can just kind of follow it and then take a right, follow the edge of the field, and that should be okay. I know there isn't too much to get, but okay. This set this off really quick, and around to the other side of the field. Trying to make very slight adjustments, not quite working. Turn. Good. Okay. On. Had a customer. Oh, it's all good, bud. All good. I know the feeling. I've been there. Definitely remember days we would sit there and frickin' chat, and the next thing you know, I'd have to go run inside and help a customer. Believe me, I remember. It's all good. No, I was more just talking about how, since I'm selling the sub on Facebook Marketplace and trying to work stuff out, because dude basically hit me with the, hey, does this day work? And I'm like, yeah, sure. That works out just fine. What time were you thinking of, coming to meet up for the sub, right? And he's like, well, I'll be in town probably around this time. And it's like, be here for this amount of time. And it's like, okay, so how about this time? And he actually just answered me. Okay. Okay, so that should be good to go. All right. He said, yeah, 1 o'clock. This other stuff should be fine. He said he'd be here around noon, be here for a few hours, and I'm like, well, I don't want to take up, a whole chunk of your time, right? Like, if you got something to be here at noon for, right? So, like, this time okay? And it's like, yeah, that should be. Sweet. Works for me. Like, honestly, I don't even care. I just want it freaking gone and out of the way. Not to mention, freaking, I can take the cash from that and freaking throw some fuel in the Ford. Hopefully, that'll make the trip out. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, no, I think getting that thing out of town is gonna be a little bit of an adventure. Although, I mean, the worst comes to worst, if we really have to, we could probably just set it up so frickin' if you had to run to town for something. Right, when we get there, yeah. Yeah, I think the part that might be needed help with is I might need someone to drive behind me on the way out, just in case. You never know. But I'm hoping it should be good. I don't see why not. As far as I know, everything on that truck, even as it sits right now, like all I'd have to do is take the stacks off the frame, and everything should be mounted solid enough. I shouldn't have to worry about it. Get caught by that guy, dude. uh, yeah, that is true, I guess. Yeah, I can't really argue with that. Okay, what button am I looking at to? I don't remember. Do 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 do. Okay, just join. I don't want to overload. I want to load. Yeah, hey, there we go. I was pretty sure I could remember the button, but it didn't want to show me. So I'm like, you know what? What's the freaking keyboard button? And that ended up working. So bonus. Okay, take a quick look here. Oh, great. Okay, that limes we need. First layer fertilize. Remember it's lime, fertilize, cultivate to plow, seed, roll, fertilize. I think that's what it is if I remember right. I'm pretty sure since I think I have weeds turned off, so I don't really have to worry about that. I'm trying to remember here. It's been a little bit since we've done some farming. I can't really okay. Unfold. Did I leave enough room to actually fully unfold it? Can I do it? Oh yeah, okay. I'll fill out so much room. let's see if we can fix that a little bit here. How does that look? That looks a bit better. Okay, just like that one. Oh yeah, that's a bit better. Oh, oh, oh. Go too far over. Definitely need to get rid of that dead zone. That dead zone was not a nice thing to have. Okay, I think we should be good. We shouldn't smack a tree. Make sure there's no train real quick. Okay. Yeah, oh. Okay, it's a good thing we got friggin' back off of there when we did. Damn. That could have ended very badly. Oh. Jeez, Nick. No. This way. There we go. Okay. Get that straightened out. Yeah, it's almost at the moment of like I want to just quickly hop out, change that real quick, but it's like it's not that much of a pain. Like it's kind of just a little inconvenient almost. Okay. Some should be dealt with. Dude's gonna show up. We got it planned for Wednesday, 1 o'clock. So it'll be about an hour before stream. If everything goes right. So, as long as I actually wake up and stuff on time and everything else, that should be all good. But depending on how long it goes, because he did say he did want to bring like a laptop or something else real quick to test it, because I don't really have an actual way to test it myself, especially not without undoing dads and trying to figure out that whole frickin' like rat's nest and everything else. So I'm like, no, it's okay. We know it has power and everything, so the amp inside should be good. Not to mention, I know my grandpa was not the kind of guy to not take care of stuff. Like, he always took care of friggin' everything. Like, the only thing wrong with the entire frickin' sub is there's a tiny little tear on the front mesh over the speaker. That's it. That's the only thing wrong with it. Other than the fact of it's, you know, however many years old. Right, like there's nothing else wrong with it. It's just old and it's been sitting. So he's like, well, here, since you haven't been working, take it and freaking take it and sell it. And I was like, oh, okay, works for me. Texting the phone's up. Hang on, 1 second. 1 second. Okay, good. Pretty much everything. Up and gone. And yeah, okay, fine, whatever. Thing. Here we go. Yeah, I got most of the stuff up and going. I would say, oh, thanks, man. Well, get a hold of you a bit. Thanks for joining in. It's always good to see you. Hope you have a good day. Okay. So, now with that being done, thanks, man. Get rid of that notification phone. Um, right. That one's actually there. This fold. Alright, so I guess the next thing is cultivating. And then it's a matter of figuring out what we want to put in here. Because I don't remember if I talked about it last time or had any ideas as to what I wanted to put in. So, we'll have to figure that out. Because, yeah, I'm not actually sure. Because I've got 2 fields of grass. I've got 3 fields of wheat. I think I might have been talking last time about, like, canola or something, maybe. But I don't quite remember. I mean, like, I could probably find the VOD on YouTube. As long as it was one of the ones I didn't miss. But I have no idea. Okay. Either way, this guy needs to go back. Okay, like that. Cultivators. The light blue one. You can definitely tell it's been a while since I've been on and doing stuff. Okay. Alright. Once we get in a second. I want to at least get out to the field first. And just started, so I can figure out how much room we need. Come on. Right over there we go. We don't need. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'll go back this way. That looks about right. Okay. Get form start down real quick. There's one thing with the new phone I will say I'm definitely not used to. Like my phone, when I put my PIN in, as soon as I put the last number of my PIN in, it just automatically opens. This one, I actually have to hit the OK button after putting it in, and it screws with me. Okay. And for that, and away we go. Working. Yeah, there we go. Let's get lined up here, and we should be good. Oh. Yeah, and we'll get this done. I don't even know how long we've been freaking sitting here. Maybe 5. We're at 5. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I had a feeling we were around there, kind of thing. Um. Circle triangle. There we go. Alright, man. Once we get this guy cultivated, depending on how long it takes us, I'll probably, I never run gold, we'll probably do our break time a little early today. More like closer to the hour-and-a-half mark, as opposed to like the 2 or 2.5 we usually go to. And then I can sneak out and have quick smoke. Or finish my smoke, I guess, and then do some other stuff like warm up my coffee and yeah, because I know my coffee especially is starting to get freaking cold. It's one disadvantage to using a normal freaking mug as opposed to using something like my my Yeti. That definitely does not stay warm for anywhere near as long. So, unfortunately, that means I gotta go heat up the coffee couple times, few times. But like I said, I'll do that afterwards. We'll get this done, and then that'll also give me a chance to think of, what the crap I want to friggin' put in this field, right? Because I still have no idea what I want to put in here. I want to take a look at the frickin' like our plants, see what we got, see what we could use. Because I know when it comes to doing stuff like our cows and our sheep and our chickens, it's not bad. I can run that off of just grass and wheat fields. Um, but when it comes to having some of the other stuff in here, like oil mills, stuff like that, I think that's one reason I was almost thinking of doing like canola, just for the oil itself. Right? Take the canola, freaking throw it in the plant, make canola oil, sell the oil, make more money. I'm just not quite sure what I want to plant in the field yet. And it also comes down to like what kind of freaking field are we looking to put in? Like, are we looking like a rooted field? Are we looking at like one that's not quite so deep, right? Like the rooted ones would be like your potatoes and stuff like that, like your actual like ones that go like deep in the ground. Basically, the stuff that requires like a plow as opposed to a cultivator. Um, but yeah, no, I'll take a look and we'll figure it out, and then pretty much as long as it's in season, which I know we're kind of doing this at a weird time, being we're doing this in October. Um, but something that we can actually plant, or something we don't have to wait too long to plant, right? Like if I only have to skip like a month, okay, cool. Because I know the one grass field is probably going to be ready to go here pretty quick. The wheat fields are still in the process, but they're slowly getting there. So we're going to have other fields. Well, the wheat I don't think should be ready until I think like August or something next year. So we should be good on that. But that grass I'm pretty sure should be ready to go probably within the next like month or so. I think. Come on, spin around. So nice when stuff just works out, lines up. Alright, drop this guy. And okay, it is actually going. Good, good. Adjustment there. Should keep us on the edge. Perfect. That works. Can't complain with that. Mary, do I fit just enough to get it all? Do. Perfect. Alright, let's spin this guy around again. Okay, drop. There we go. Yeah, it should be lined up pretty good. Okay, back this way a little bit. Yeah, if you could see the difference between my wheel and the frickin' in-game wheel, it'd be a little ridiculous. Okay, no train? Don't see a train. I'm just gonna lift this and get back. Okay, still don't see a train. I think we're okay. Now watch, just because I said something, it's gonna spawn a train in. Okay. Looks good to me. Drop and away we go. That's what should be the last pass. Check this real quick. Nothing. Good. Come on. There we go. And perfect. Oh. I did get all of it, so that's good. That's all I'm really worried about. Fold this guy up real quick. And I think if I remember right, I have both the planter and the seeder, but we'll have to take a look. Because, well, depending on what we have, depends really on what we can plant. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I can just go frickin' buy another one if we have to. I'm not worried about it. Not like it would make a frickin' dent. And that unhooked. And we'll come hook up to this guy. Take a quick look at what we're looking at here. Okay. So we got grass, wheat, barley, oats, canola, soybeans, sorghum, oilseed radish, and back to grass. Okay, so if we sorghums, oilseed radish, grass. Okay, the sorghum's April, May, so we're not doing those. To be able to plant in October, we're looking at wheat or barley, and we already do wheat, so barley would technically be the next closest one. And that's if we don't want to just screw and wait and do something like, say, canola. But that would basically be, we would do that when we harvest our wheat. So the field would stay empty for a bit. Or we throw some barley in it. I mean, we could do that for around, get some barley out of it. Sell that, do whatever with that. Okay. What do we got for... Yeah, okay, we can take our barley and make flour. Like, that's definitely a thing we could do. Like I said, we could do canola oil, but that means we'd have to wait. Actually, hang on. When does canola plant barley harvest? Oh, okay, hang on. This could line up, actually. If we do the first round of barley, because we can plant it now, when we go to harvest it, that leaves the field open. We can swap it from barley to canola, while we leave our wheat fields the same. The grass pretty much just goes all year. That could work out. So barley to start, harvest that, leaves the field open just in time for canola. So we can get a little bit of flour out of the barley. And then we can swap over and start getting canola for canola oil. That could work. That could work. Okay, so I think that's actually probably what we'll do then. I'm gonna do a really quick save just to make sure we save, excuse me, everything else, everything we've done. But yeah, that could work. Cause yeah, we have wheat, we have grass. Right, yeah, got 4 freaking fields of wheat. We got 2 fields of grass. And then yeah, we can do a field of canola. Well, start with barley and then put canola in it. That seems like it'd go pretty decent. And it lines up really well on the frickin' timeline. Because yeah, our harvest season for barley as opposed to our planting season for canola. Like, I don't know if that was intentional, but it just lines up perfectly. So, square, wheat, barley. Okay, so that's good. I don't know if I can turn sharp enough for this. I didn't. Maybe. I gotta remember which one is friggin'. Open our cover here. I'm pretty sure it's this little guy that has seeds in it. I wanna say I'm probably right. Or is it this one? Okay, hang on 1 second. That's what I thought. Okay, it is this little one. Oh, there we go. Okay, I just wasn't sitting in the right spot apparently. And close the cover back up. And we will take this guy, park right by the field. And then, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna let everyone loose here for about 5-10 minutes so everyone can have a break and, get up and move around and stretch a bit. Grab a drink if you need, grab some meat. If you're like me and you're a smoker and want to sneak out for a smoke, perfect time to do it. Or even if you're a stoner like I am, perfect time to sneak over a quick toke. But yeah, I'm basically gonna just get this guy lined up here, and then when we get back, we'll jump in, we will seed the field, and then we have to do a roll, and then another layer of fertilizer, and then I think after that, we should be pretty well done with the field. Okay, fold. How does that look? Okay, that looks pretty good. I can't complain with that. Okay. Yeah, no, okay, we're over. We should get it. Sweet. Okay. Alright. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna let everyone free for about 5-10 minutes. We should be back shortly. We're heading out for a break. I'm gonna turn the music up like usual, back up to where it usually is. I will see everyone soon. And yeah, when we get back, we'll get started on the field. Okay. Alright, that's back, everyone. Everyone had a good break. Productive break. I had a chance to actually get up and stretch, get moving around. Okay. Alright. Before we jump back into planting our field really quick, I let's see if I can fix this real quick. So 1 second here. Apparently it decided it wanted to not quite work earlier, so hopefully this fixes it. Or maybe not. Might have to do an actual restart of Warudo, but that's okay. That takes a second. Okay, so while we're doing that, or letting that do its thing here. Should be. Alright, come on. Okay. I'm gonna just do this real quick. Alright, now this shouldn't make Scream or anything. Relaunch, yes. And I'm hoping this will fix the problem, because apparently going into my lip sync settings did not fix the problem, so hopefully this will actually fix it, and then we should have our lip sync back. Hoping. Usually it's not too much of an issue, but it's not very often I ever actually have to restart frickin' Warudo. Okay, tracking back, and we got a lip sync back. Perfect, okay. We're good. I'm not really worried about calibrating anything. We're good to frickin' go. Alright. Okay. So, jump us back in here. Might take me a second to load back. There we go. Alright, so now we got that. And this back up. There we go. Alright. Back we are. Good we are. Okay. Since I've already got this one lined up to start seeding, I want to quickly jump over. And we're gonna grab a couple more. And we're gonna hook the roller up to one, and we're gonna hook the fertilizer up to the other. That way we basically have just a line. So once the seeder gets to a certain point, or once we finish seeding, we can just swap over to the roller and then start with that. And then once that's done, we can just hop into the one with the fertilizer. And that way it streamlines doing the last few steps a little bit more. And I mean, yeah, even if we wait till we're done with each of them to pull the next one out, at least they're already out here. It's just a matter of literally jumping in, going over it, right? And we don't have to go back and get in our tractor and grab all the implements again. Oh, excuse me. They're already all, like, right here. So, we'll put this guy here. And we will run over here and grab the last one for the fertilizer. I'm pretty sure if I remember right, I think, actually have a tractor for each implement. I think so. And crawl around here. There's one nice thing about having a tractor that's tracked. It makes turning, especially like zero turning, really easy. Kind of nice. But I got into the habit, especially after the one job I had in heavy equipment, trying not to zero turn equipment in the yard. And like, oh my god. For someone who's never actually, been in heavy equipment or anything, and then you throw them in, it's like, okay, do this, but you gotta not zero turn. Or it's like, it wasn't that you couldn't zero turn, it's just the boss didn't really like when you did, because it tore up the yard a bit, tore up the gravel. Because, of course, when heavy equipment, we're talking anything north of, like, oh, freaking, like, 350 excavators, like, it was very common. We had a D9 to, like, a D11 dozer in the shop, plus haul trucks, like, the only step really above us when it came to heavy equipment was, like, mining equipment. Like, that's when you get to the truly massive stuff. Like, we weren't, like, our stuff was heavy equipment, but it wasn't, like, that heavy equipment. We're just gonna put this guy right beside the other one. Because why not? Yeah, about so yeah, like, our stuff was, like, huge, and of course you gotta try and move that stuff across the yard to freaking wash it, everything else, and like, then of course the turnaround to even like the smaller stuff like the skid steer, and it's like, okay, try not to zero turn it, because, right, like, it didn't tear it up like as much, but it still like tore it up enough, and it's like, so you get used to that, and it's being able to sit here and just zero turn without it actually doing anything is a little weird, kind of, but it's also kind of nice. Um, Either way, get this guy turned on. It's already lowered. Okay, we're good. Make sure it's actually seating here. I do believe yep, we should actually be seating. Oh yeah, it can't, it's dropping, we're good. That is good. We might have to do the upper ledge here by the tracks in its own widthwise pass instead of a lengthwise, but that is just probably because of the hill and such. But we will see when we get there. I should have taken the opportunity to frickin' get rid of that dead zone in the wheel, but oh well. Guess I just have to live with it for a little bit. Okay. Get this all the way up. Yeah, we're just gonna make this easy on ourselves here. And we're gonna do this top part in its own path. Make sure we actually get lined up here. Okay, here we go. Lower this guy down. And away we go. And I hope we're not too long here and can actually... Ooh, whoop, 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 drop. But we did get the edge, so we're good. I think this is definitely going to be a... Oh, come on, crawl out. Crawl out. This is definitely going to be a field of doing edges and then doing the middle. Unless we can come in here and get rid of some of these trees. Okay, go over this way. I'll come grab this edge. Oh, 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 oops. That was a little hard on the wheel. My bad. Like I said before, I definitely still maintain the fact that wheels that get used for trucking and farming definitely get a bit more use than wheels that get used for racing, just for the fact that you actually use the full range of their motion. Let's this guy down. Because, like, don't get me wrong, like, I definitely see racers, like, they crank on the wheels, but it's not very common unless you get, like, a course with a lot of corners and a lot of, like, sharp corners. And I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I know there is a few. But usually, for the most part, like, you don't, like, they'll crank them one way or the other, yes, but as for actually going, like, the full rotation and cranking them that way and cranking them hard, I don't know. That was a horrible line. Yep, I know it was already a horrible line. But, oh well. Okay. We're gonna do this edge, basically meet up with the other line. And, oop, oop. Make sure we're still in the line here so we actually get everything. Okay. Oh. Okay. And oh, oh. Bring back out. There we go. Okay, that's Angela Field. We'll quickly come and spin around this way and get ourselves flying back up here. Okay. End up going reaching for the button box, even though the button box isn't really hooked up for Farmkin. If I could actually figure out how to get it so like I could have absolutely everything hooked up, I would. Because to have everything, like especially for like driving and other such, it would be kind of nice. But I still gotta get even like the farm stick mostly figured out and configured. Because there's still a couple little things on there I need to get sorted out. Like when it comes to like arm movement for like the loaders and like forklift and such, like that's already pretty much set. But there's some little things, you know, like fork width itself, like the actual adjustment of the forks. I need to get that set to the one function. But I wasn't even thinking about it for stream. I was just like, you know what? We're gonna do some farming today. It's gonna be a little bit chill, laid back. I'm gonna try and remember what we did. And then I jumped in and I was like, oh right. Last time we were in, we cleared out the field. So at least it's good that we got, or at least I got freaking figured out what we're putting in here, at least temporarily, and then what we're actually gonna put in here. So it's basically now just a matter of finish seeding and a couple other little steps, and our field will be ready to go. And one nice thing, especially since I found the like this little like when I think it's technically like if you do the whole process and have everything turned on, it's like a 7-step process, but you do it and you don't have to touch your fields. You literally can just let them grow for the duration, harvest them when they're done. That's it. Like you don't have to touch them. You do this all once. That's it. So it's definitely nice in that way. Get ourselves turned around here. And whoop, over. I can't see a freaking thing. And okay, well, looks lined up. We're still over the edge. Okay, works for me. And just hoping the tractor just holds that line for a minute. I hope so. Cause yeah, I'm sitting in the dead zone on the wheel right now, so I got nothing. Okay. This way. We're almost there. Almost done seeing. Okay. Tag drops. Oh, here we go. Make sure we're actually going the right way here. Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling we weren't quite gonna get that one pass, but that's okay. Probably wanted to pass it anyway, just to make sure I actually got it all. At least the nice thing is, it's literally just gonna be a matter of finishing off. Quickly turn. And there's one little line left. Yeah. Got this guy down for the last one. Okay. And turn back. There we go. I know it's definitely not really something to worry about. I don't have to really worry about missing, but even still, it's just a make sure kind of thing. And just like that, we're seated. Okay. Hold this guy. And make this nice and easy. We're literally just gonna go park it by the other ones. And just swap tractors. And we'll give it a quick roll, and then we'll give it a fertilize. We should be all set. Okay, this guy. We'll just come and park right over here. Okay. So fertilizer, roller. Take this thing out, get it dirty again. It definitely does not take long. Go out and do like one field and the thing is freaking filthy. I finally had it clean after so long and it's like, nope, nope, here we go again. But that's okay. That's what I was expecting. Okay. Should be here. Alright, unfold. Let's see how off I am. I think we're definitely a little too far in. That's my guess. Anyone else? Oh, just. That's easily fixable. Let me just go this way a little bit. Okay, come back this way. Oh. Alright. Good enough for me. Looks good. Okay. So I'll take this guy and we might have to do the top and bottom edges on their own, like we did with the cedar. I'm not too sure yet. And then how long we end up being over the edge here. That's the other thing only thing I'm really concerned about. And that's the end of it. And that's the unfortunate part. You can't just lift this frickin' thing. It's one thing I do wish I could do, is I could just lift it just off the ground a little bit to adjust, but that's not a thing. But yeah, just sticking out that far, I don't really wanna. So, right, like, good time for us to not be on the tracks too. And oh. Okay. Not too worried about these little spots. They should disappear here pretty quickly. There we go. Okay. It never fails. You want to try and do it one way, you hope it'd be easy, but nope. It's like, no, you gotta do it this way. Otherwise, you're gonna miss a whole bunch of craft. And get a little too far out. But it's not too bad. At least with this, you know, it's a actual decent sized roller, so it'll actually cover a decent area. And usually, since I can't lift it, we can, for the most part, just turn. As long as we don't turn too sharp, we should be able to just keep going. So we'll come in here, finish this off real quick. And yeah, the only way to actually lift it is to fold it. So it kind of turns into a quick little game of holding it between fold and unfold. So you get yourself at least mostly lined up. And as long as you're pretty much lined up, by the time it unfolds itself again, you should be good to go. It's just a little bit of a pain. But we should have one pass left after this one. I mean, I could have been a little bit farther in for the pass, but oh well. Pretty much as long as we drive right down the middle of the next one, we should be good. I'm just gonna spin around here, miss some trees, and straight down the middle. And as long as we stay in the middle, we should actually have the width on both sides to just grab everything. And then we'll go throw a quick layer of fertilizer on it. And I think that should be it. For this one at least. And then pretty much, I'm pretty sure just before the wheat, we should be able to harvest it and then throw canola basically in its place. Okay. This guy over here with the other one. Kind of an easy way to help keep track of where we are, what we've done. It's the only thing it should need. Pretty sure is the layer of fertilizer. Because, yeah, we don't have to worry about taking weeds out. We don't have to worry about stone picking. Because, well, when I was first starting out, I was just like, no, I am not fighting with it. I don't have the money for the equipment for it. Just not dealing with it right now. At some point, maybe I'll turn it back on. But I just haven't got there yet. Even though I know I could very much quite easily afford a weeder and a stone picker. Unfold. This, I think, is going to be a little overkill. But that's okay. Alright, circle. Left on. We go. This one I know should not take that long. This should only take a couple passes. Well, maybe a few, not just a couple. Although I do kind of, like, as much as I love the realism fact of implement will only go so fast, I do kind of wish it was just a tad bit faster. I know we probably can't see it, my chat's probably on the way, but we're doing 12K an hour right now. Yeah. At least one nice thing with the sprayer, I can actually do it just like up and down lines like I've been wanting to do. It's pretty much as long as you can get it out in front of the trees. Wrong way. This way. Right? You don't have to try and get it like in between the trees. You're pretty much good. Alright. Should we get this lined up here? Make sure we're actually set to go the right way. Yes. Fire it up and away we go. it's definitely nice because I can actually go up and down like I've been wanting to do because it's short enough. You can get it in front of the trees and actually set yourself up. You don't have to try and worry about like getting it in between the trees and then getting it up to the line of the field. And then the other nice thing is if you want, or like you got a curve on your line, you can just literally follow the curve and it just goes with you, doesn't miss anything. And when it comes to like the overspray and stuff, it's not actually wasting anything, which is nice. But that was a change they made from Farming Sim 19 to 22, right? Like little not quite sure if it's like a quality of life change, but something along those lines. Basically, now you don't have to worry about like over fertilizing, over seeding. Yeah. And let's get this going. And we're gonna try, we're just gonna curve right into it. And hopefully, there we go. Perfect. Gets our edges good and covered. Gets the other line covered. We're set. We just need to finish this off, and I think this field should be done and good to go. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss a step or anything, so it'll literally be a matter of just wait for this to grow, do its thing, become ready to harvest. Of course, in the meantime, we do have field of grass that needs to regrow, one that needs to be finished growing. Okay, we're gonna curve here for a second. There we go. It's gonna come down, straighten back out. Oh, oh, right, wrong one. This one. Alright, let this fool itself. And now check the field really quick. Because we should be... Yep, okay, I was right. We're at a 98% yield bonus, 100% fertilized. We are good to go. If I would have like mulched it beforehand, we could have got up to the 100%, but I wasn't really worried about it for a field we're only going to plant once and then replace it with something. So this field is done. It's ready. Just gotta let it grow and do its thing, and that's it. Harvest it when it's done. We don't have to touch it. We don't have to think about it until it's literally time to harvest it. And being that it should be pretty much the same thing as the wheat we already harvest, header should work just fine for it. So at that point, it literally just becomes a matter of take the harvester out, quickly friggin' gather all that, and take the bulk of it, if not all of it, throw it in the one flower factory, and get it making some stuff for us. Here we go. It was having a moment there. Like, it's not folding, but okay. Just bring this guy. Throw it back in the barn. I really like the fact that I can fit 3 in here. And still close the door. Like... Okay, we're... at the door. Okay. That should be good. I wonder... Can I just, like, swap over to the other one? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this guy can go back into hiding. And we'll actually swap this over to canola, because that's probably going to be the next thing that gets planted. I mean, if we have to plant the wheat first, that's not a big deal. We can switch it then, but at least, you know, for this field, now it's ready to go for the next crop. So we can take this guy at least, put it back in the line. I know I probably should technically wash him before I put him back in the line, but I'm not too worried about it, especially if we're going to pull him out again soon. Okay, the roller goes there. This guy needs to go over here. Okay, perfect. And then, yeah, we can just throw the roller back in by the cultivator. And we should be good to go. Okay, let's make sure we're not gonna completely smack the front end of the tractor. Oh, we still have room? Okay. Up a little bit. Okay, here we go. Now we're good. Yeah, perfect. There we go. That's the one I want. And away we go. Got enough going on, and literally it's like, okay, we need to grab this, this, and this from this corner of the farm, bring it to this corner of the farm. And everything starts out over here, and it's just poof, expanded. Okay. Let's get this in nice and gentle here. Yeah. Perfect. So everything is put back in place, put away. We're good to go. We are literally at the point of we are just waiting for stuff to be ready to harvest. Okay. Close that. Take a quick look here. Yeah. That's growing, that's growing. That one's harvested. There's nothing in that. Well, there's still grass in there, but it's already got. It's fertilized. Some one literally just needs time to regrow. This one's almost done. So we're gonna have one field of grass to deal with. I need to take a look at what all I need, I guess, when it comes to bales. Let's up there a little bit. You know what? That works. Close enough. Because yeah, we got silage. I know we've got hay bales sitting here. Put some wheat bales. I'm just trying to think. Like, I know we've got lots of silage, but we definitely need some more hay bales, I think. So this field, we're probably gonna have to actually go through and do the process of hay bales, which is a little bit of a pain, because that means we have to go through, cut it all, run it all over with a tedder, flip it all, dry it, put it in rows with the windrower, then bale it. So that's gonna be a little bit more of a pain. A little bit more steps than just going over with a baler. Well, it's still wet grass and just leaving it. But that'll be probably a next time stream kind of thing. Depending. I'm not sure how long it's actually going to take to grow. Plus I do want to go around and actually, pick up some of this stuff and get it moved around, get some other stuff going. And, like, take the flour and take it like up to the bakery kind of thing. Oh, we got some cheese going finally. Sweet. Okay, so we got cheese, flour, and fabric going. So, take a look here real quick. And okay, so there isn't actually too much we can use these for. That's okay. It just means we can find somewhere to sell it. Cheese. Restaurant, Christmas. Restaurant. Okay, where is this? Take that for a second. Oh, it's literally just up. Oh, okay. That's not too bad. Fast food restaurant. Okay, yeah. That's not that bad at all. So, works for me. Let's grab ourselves a truck and trailer real quick. I mean, trailers are right here, but we'll grab a truck, grab one of the trailers. We'll grab ourselves a, I mean, we're literally just running up to the front, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm just debating, it's like, do I want to deal with the tailgate, or do I not want to deal with the tailgate? I don't feel like dealing with the tailgate. Okay. Food bay. And I know it's not going to be much to take, but, I mean, hey, it gets it out and gets it sold, that's just a bonus. I can't exactly just turn around and put it into something else, so... Like the flour, at least I could, bring up to the bakery and, we can turn that into something else, right? But we need a loader. We don't really need the big loader. Can't see us really needing to tell him. Just go with the forklift for this. Guess we don't really need anything bigger than the forklift. Okay. And it's stuff like this is why I had a freaking like a farm stick wish list for Christmas. Makes this a lot easier. So it's just a matter of going. You lined up with everything and okay, we're still a little bit too close. I'm just trying to make sure I don't hit the freaking trailer behind me. Turn into a little bit. that quite down a little bit. Not good enough. Good enough. Got the pallet. That's what matters. Having that dip in there definitely does not help with freaking anything. Oh, 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 oh. Stay. Okay, good. Let's see. Depth perception is a tiny bit screwed. Yeah. Back this way. Yeah, I'm not even gonna complain. I'm just gonna take it. Yeah, especially with there being a dip there, that is just not helping. Okay. Cheese loaded. Definitely went a bit better than I was expecting it to. I was expecting that to go a little more horribly. Yeah, more over here with the forklift. Let's grab a pallet of this real quick. Down, down. Go down. There we go. And we'll take one of these guys. And we're just gonna run it up to the bakery real quick. So moments like this would be nice to be able to like hang your head out a little bit and see where you're going. Oh, oh, did I pull it out too far? Might have. Yeah. Apparently with that, I gotta get to the point of, you know, I just screw drop and it just sit there for a second. It'll take it. Um, I don't know if the place is gonna actually like auto unload. So we'll find out when we get there. Anyhow, I'm just gonna leave this guy right here. And I'm trying to remember. Oh, there we go. Works for me. Yeah, we're just gonna go basically run up to the farmhouse and across the street and load some cheese, make a little bit of money. No, I'll have to definitely do some looking and see, what all, like, oh, my bad. That's not the button I wanted to hit. But I'll do some looking, see, what's, where some of this goes, what some of it's used for, just in case, I have something I could actually use it for, and I'm just missing it. Okay. But I won't know until I look that up, so I'll find that out the next time that we're on farming. And if the map is right, it should literally be this one right here. Take the straps off. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. So we can get in close enough. I mean, hey, that is like 12 grand worth of cheese. I can't really complain. And I think that was probably one of the shortest trips I've ever taken to actually sell something. And then we literally can just do a quick little hop here across the field. And we're back home. Definitely gonna have to go through, do some landscape and make some of this a little bit smoother. Or have friggin' one of my friends that's actually a little bit better than me at landscaping, because I am horrible at landscaping. Come in and help and do some landscaping and other such. Alright. Get this guy dropped here. It's definitely one nice thing about not having a freaking box or a tailgate to worry about. You can just drop it and go on, you're free. Away you go. And people look at me, I wonder why I do basically the same thing. Why I did this to my truck, my 1 ton. And I'm like, this is why. So do I actually plan on getting a trailer? That is the plan for it. So I want it to be a nice, just easy freaking back into the trailer. Away you go. When I drop it, it's literally just a drop where it is. Don't have to worry about anything. Just drop it, leave. Done. That's all I want. Nice and easy. Okay. Get this guy back. Yeah, we don't need him anymore. that stuff going. I'm trying to think of what else we could sell. Like, I know we technically have, like, the extra flour and such. Um, yeah, that's still cheese going. Oh, yeah. And you know, stuff like this, I would love to get fixed. Because, God forbid, you know, I just want to put a building down. Right? Like, where is the thing here? Here it is. Um, okay, just to make bread, we just need, okay, so, this thing should be essentially cranking out bread at some point. Okay. I'm not sure if it's actually going to drop it in crates enough for us to actually, you know, like, pick it up and go take it and sell it, but if it wants just more and more flour, it can have more and more flour. I am not going to complain. I'm just gonna keep feeding the flour. Whoop. There it is. Yeah, I learned from last time. We're just not gonna worry about dropping it. We're just gonna go and pull up and it can do its thing. And then we'll just go grab the next one. So like, this is definitely one chain that's been working. And definitely a fair bit for me. I do want to actually go through and um, sort some stuff. Like, swap places of some things. So, like, for example, like, this place, um, where we get the flour, I wanted to basically put up beside the bakery kind of thing. So it's not as far. Forks in. Perfect. I think that's probably one of my best ones yet. um, but yeah, like I want to take this and move it up, and then move something like the dairy one for the cheese, and you know, bring that down a little closer, kind of thing. And then like take some of the other ones that like don't get used quite as much. We can, you know, leave them and like put them in a different spot. So at a point when we do start using them, we have them. But until then, like it's not taking up space, and I don't have to go as far with stuff. And I mean stuff like the carpentry here, the woodworking place. It's great when I like tear stuff down, like tear trees down and such, but if I'm not tearing trees down, it's not really doing anything. And then yeah, stuff like our fabric spot here. Yeah, there's a few things I want to run through and do and swap around. But if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna let everything actually run out of supplies and stuff first. Because then that way, if it's not actually running anything, it's not producing any, I'm not stopping anything, right? So basically, if I can get everything that still needs to be produced out and then get everything produced and out and either sold or stored somewhere else, and then I can run through, basically take out the ones I want to move and then adjust them, right? Just where I want to put them and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, we're kind of at the point of there ain't much else to do. We got that loaded up. I'm not too worried about going through and moving everything right now, because like I said, I want to wait for everything to actually like drain itself down, and then after we move stuff, I'll load stuff back up. Plus, we'll also have more to add to it, and another factory to get going once we get the canola going. How? Oh, cool. Not to mention, we're coming in about that time. That kind of actually worked out. I was not expecting that. And then, like I said, I also want to take a chance, and I'm gonna go through and take a look, see, what actually will do what, certain levels, see what I'm missing to do some things, or if some things are better off to just be like sold as opposed to used for other things. Um, so the next time we jump in Farm Sim, it should be a pretty decent one. Oh, hi Luna, how's it going today? Welcome on in. You got us doing a little bit of farming. You also kind of caught us towards the end of our stream today. I was just going through, doing the last little check over, make sure stuff's still going. And then I was actually planning on calling it for the day. It's starting to get a little late here where I am, so definitely need to do some landscaping. I got it mostly switched.
Don't forget to go on your over the ground and fill out your harvest. Yes, to your newly admin.
Okay. Right, so that works. I had to ask him about that anyway, so that makes that nice and easy. Okay. Alright. Just do one last double check here of the field. Okay, so I was right. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Oh, nice. Well, it's always nice to see girls in the gaming atmosphere. Some people might say otherwise. Personally, I think if you enjoy it, you enjoy it, right? Like, I'm not gonna judge anyone that does. I mean, I can't say much. Look what I'm doing right now. But that is awesome. And oh, cereal factory. Okay, does this need penny raisins or corn? Okay, so yeah, no, it doesn't need any of it. Okay. We don't gotta worry about that one. Will get fired up after. Probably connect on Discord. I'd be down. I'd say my Instagram or anything is probably a little bit better than Discord. I don't really use Discord too much. I honestly tend to have tendency to forget I actually have Discord some days. And thank you. It's good to hear. It's nice to hear people actually like the streams. It means my efforts actually working a little bit. Thank you. Okay, they're in for food. How are they doing? Well, they're really good food. Okay. And suppose we're here. Should check this. Okay, for animals, 100% health. Food, 59,000. Okay, that's good. Grocery, hay, silage, mineral feed. Okay, everything's good there. My Discord username is I'm trying to remember what I have it set as. It says Demon Lord Meliodas, or do I have it set as Ambassador Sterum? I don't remember. It's definitely something I'll have to check on. But yeah, I can't remember. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. What the crap? What? Okay. I didn't expect to climb up the wall. Okay then. That was weird. Okay, still got bales there. Probably grab a few for those. And can send me. Yeah, I could probably send you a request after stream. Come on, just drop your Discord. Go for it. And yeah, after stream, I should be able to, no problem. Okay. Alright, so if we're grabbing bales, I think we're gonna need we're gonna want probably a couple sides. I know there's a couple hay bales still sitting there, so we're gonna need some wheat bales. And then we're probably gonna want a couple silage bales. Okay, so we're gonna want but no, we're going for this. I would just left the truck hooked up, but oh well. Not hard to hook the truck back up. One reason I love having an open frame. Through the wash bay again. So we are going to need I'm thinking probably 2 or 3 silage bales. Start with 2, probably see how that goes. And then grab a couple wheat bales. See how that does. Make sure you finish spend. Yeah, got this. Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to wait till after stream, but yeah, I can do that. Okay. I guess before I get too far into anything, we need something to load with. And a set of forks would be good. Okay, we're gonna flip this. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, okay. Where is trailer? Okay, we got room. Okay, we're gonna start a couple of these. Oh, I went a little far, didn't I? Yep, I did. Okay, well, it's a good thing this thing has freaking 4-wheel steering and crab walk. And those. I think the best way to probably do the silage is we'll just come grab the ones here on the end that don't actually have anything on them. And make sure we're actually in. Okay, we're not taking a third one. Good, good. How far behind me? Okay. It's always my concerns, like how much room do we actually have? Oh crap, I should have put the ramps down for this almost. Okay, odds and lots. Turn quick enough.
Okay. Just that for a second here. There, it's back out of him. Perfect. Okay, I'm probably gonna end up having to run up there with the loader anyway, so you know what? We're gonna just save doing the trip later and we'll just run over right real quick. Whoop. Keep forgetting about that spot. And don't go away. Yeah, over the other one. Yeah, like I said, I definitely need some freaking landscaping work in here to be freaking done. It's like, holy crap. How far do I have to go to actually get to the truck I want? Maybe not too far. Oh, there we go. Okay. Are those? They are in enough. Good. Sweet. Okay. With this one, we're gonna go up around this way. Move this up first for a second. Okay. Ain't quite cranking up. That's okay. We saved it. We are good. This guy out here a little bit. I know I probably should have came in the other way. I would have lined up a bit better. Actually. Hang on. Let's just run out this way. And we'll just spin around. Yeah, as long as we're pretty much at the same spot, we should be okay. Yeah, at least we line up a little bit better. That's out to start. Come on. Don't know why. Okay, there we go. I didn't want to reverse for me for a second. Okay, wasn't quite sure how much it was gonna need to refill, but at least that way with them being extras here. Mm. And those. Quick spin around here. And let's see if I can get this lined up a little bit better. At least if I can grab these two pretty much at once. There we go. And we should be able to spin around enough. We can just get this little drive in here. And that's it. Loaded. There's a truck behind me. A truck is behind me. Okay. Come up on most of the level ground. And since they both gotta go back, I'm just gonna put this, just make it easy. And instead of doing 2 trips, we'll do 1 trip. Trying to get most of the lined up so we can just drive right on. Alright. Nope, not that one. There we go, that one. That's the one I wanted. And so we should be able to just back right up. And we're good. This down. Wait. We should be able to still close the trailer. Perfect. Tie down. Sweet. so nice when it works out and you can just go around and drive it on, tie it down, away you go. And then yep, we can just take this guy. Basically drive this in here. Get that to where we want it. Do that. That. And then we'll just get this guy off real quick. It's nice, easy crawl. Perfect. So we can take this guy, put this guy away. Put our forks away. Alright, let's drop that. And can we just quickly... Yeah, there we go. I love when that works out. Just drop the forks. Quickly frickin' crank it over and it parks itself. Alright, okay. So we can close this. And push this. Attach. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna hop on over and park this guy back in the garage. Perfect. Looks good enough to me. Okay. Close the gates. Trailers are parked. Trucks parked. Telehandler and everything's parked. Everything's got bales. Okay. So, we're gonna do a quick save here. Quick double save. Just because I like to make frickin' sure. Alright. And yeah, I'm gonna get stuff set up here. Get this shut down. I'll call her here for today. Yeah, unfortunately, like I've said before, with the way my computer is, I usually have to shut the game down before we can raid out or anything. So, with that being said, I'm gonna swap us over here real quick. Well, I get this going. Okay, one more quick save to make sure. And then quit. Okay. Alright. Okay, get this done. And we'll get this pulled up here. Second here. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly run this. Get that. Alright, get this opened up for that. So we can get that up and going. Alright. Get this open. And who do we feel like reading out to today? And okay. Read following. Who can run with? Yeah, I don't know why I'm even freaking second guessing or even double guessing. I'm gonna leave everyone with May today, at least to finish off the day. I should be back on Wednesday, early afternoon. Like I said, like I said earlier, but since I have dude coming to buy a subwoofer, I might be a little late. I'm not too sure. Find out. If I am, I am. If I'm not, I'm not. I'll probably be here at 2 like usual. But yeah, with that being said, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. Thanks to everyone who stopped by. It's greatly appreciated. We are on the road to affiliate, so any follows, everything else is greatly appreciated. I'm gonna leave everyone with me for the rest of the day, so don't forget to go show some love and support. And yeah, like I said, thanks again, everyone. I will see everyone on Wednesday, and I should have some updates on how the truck is going, because I'm probably going to head out tomorrow. So there should be some updates on Wednesday about that and how that's going. If we need to go back out and deal with that, other such. But that'll be for Wednesday discussion. Alright, guys. Catch you all on Wednesday. Have a good day or night wherever you are. And until then, see you later.
Thank you for your pizza. Also, thank you so much, Curve. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's not the original Flash version. I think actually, hold on. I think this. How do I get back to? Yeah, hold on. This should have it. This has all like the original yeah, right here. See, they have the original Flash prototype right here. See?